Stratified epithelium have multiple layers, and so we will look at kind of two types. We're going to first look at stratified squamous epithelium. You can have stratified cuboidal and columnar epithelium, but it's much more rare.
Microscopic appearance of stratified squamous epithelium. Stratified squamous epithelium consists of multiple layers of cells. The cells closest to the free surface are very flat, somewhat like a tall pile of very flat cookies. Stratified squamous epithelium is found in areas of the body subject to friction, where it can provide protection to the underlying tissue. Stratified squamous epithelium is always situated between a free surface and connective tissue. At increased magnification, notice the cells in the bottom layers look bigger and more round. This is because they are young and dividing by mitosis. These cells have not yet taken on their mature shape. Notice that the mature cells in the top layers are very flat, which gives the tissue the name squamous. Always look at the cells near the free surface to determine the shape of the cells. Stratified squamous epithelium covers our external body surface, making up the epidermis of the skin. Stratified squamous epithelium also lines internal passageways, such as the esophagus. This is stratified squamous epithelium lining the vagina. Notice that in moist environments, such as the vagina, cells remain alive and retain their nuclei all the way to the free surface. Let's finish by reviewing the microscopic appearance of stratified squamous epithelium. Multiple layers of flat cells. Found in the epidermis, esophagus, and vagina.
So we look at our stratified squamous epithelium, we can see that there are a multitude of layers present here, and that's part of that protective nature and the idea behind stratified squamous epithelium. We'll be looking at this kind of a deep dive when we look at the skin, the integumentary system next week. But for now, this is many views of actually the vagina, the cross-section of the vagina. This is now showing the esophagus, again, stratified squamous epithelium. Excuse me. This is showing skin, thick skin. So we have our keratinized layer, and then we have our multiple layers of our skin of the epidermis. And then this is showing thin skin, again, multiple layers of the epidermis of our stratified squamous epithelium. A few examples of stratified cuboidal epithelium. And then I have one more type of epithelium I want us to look at, which is transitional epithelium.
Microscopic appearance of transitional epithelium. Transitional epithelial tissue consists of multiple layers of rounded cells with dome-shaped tops that might resemble tombstones. Microscope slides typically contain transitional epithelium in its relaxed state. Notice the tombstone shape of the cells. This tissue is situated between the internal cavity of an organ known as the lumen and underlying connective tissue. Transitional epithelium gets its name from the fact that it can undergo a physical transition. This tissue has the ability to stretch and transition from a rounded shape into a more flattened squamous shape. This ability to stretch makes transitional epithelium perfect for lining the urinary tract. This is transitional epithelium lining a ureter at low magnification. This is transitional epithelium at higher magnification. Transitional epithelium also lines the urinary bladder and portions of the urethra. Let's finish by reviewing the microscopic appearance of transitional epithelium. Multiple layers of rounded cells found lining much of the urinary tract, such as the ureter.
When we look at transitional epithelium and we zoom into the bladder, we can see these multiple layers of cells, and they truly are transitional in shape, meaning that they can stretch and become more flattened, or they can become more enlarged and plumped when there is less stretch to the tissue. That's your deep dive or your quick review of your epithelial tissues. We will cover these more in lecture as well, but the main goal, again, for histology is recognize name, image, and definition, and then find a location you might be able to identify this in the body, and that will serve you well.